Okay, so since you are done with comparing means, let's proceed to correlation. So, correlation, like with the comparing means where we are trying to see the significant difference, sa correlation naman, it's all about the relationship, likelihood, and association of the variables. So, may iba't iba ring klase ng test under the correlation, and let's start with Pearson R. So, allow me to share again my screen. So si Pearson R is a very common statistical tool na ginagamit siya mostly sa quantitative data. So this is the short term for product moment correlation coefficient, or the Pearson R is what we know now. And this is used to measure the strength of linear association between variables. So for this sample, we'll have our first, you just need to click Analysis tab, then sa Regression, and then you'll see the correlation matrix. So yun, andito na si Person R. So, but before we proceed with trying to check, let's have gender or age of a person and glucose level. Parang we are trying to see if may relation or may association ba yung edad ng isang tao at sa glucose level ng tao. But before we proceed in analyzing and interpreting the data, it's important that we meet first the assumption. So, unlike with the t-test, hindi naka-embed dito yung mga assumption checks. So, but what we can do is that you just click exploration, and you can see there the descriptive and then yung scatter plot, which magagamit natin for the checking. So first assumption is that ang dalawang variable must be measured at interval or a ratio level, which in this case is age and glucose naman, level man ito. So pasok. And then the next one is there must be a linear relationship, and we can check this using the scatter plot. So here's a scatter plot, gamitin natin. So, asan ba yun? Yung age, let's have the age of a person, and then the glucose level. Oh, so, hindi siya parang no linear association. So, maghanap tayo ng iba. Ay, okay, for a while. So, let's try to have, dito na lang, the year level. Year 1. Okay, so let's try to assess if yung year 1, first year and second year level is may association ba silang dalawa. So, si linear, I think it's a strong positive. Positive naman na data since pa-go with the right naman siya, and then hindi masyado bulag-bulag yung data. So, okay, pasok siya. Then for the next one is no significant outlier. So let's check. Asan na yun yung year 1? Salin na natin si year 3. Okay. So let's use QQ plots. So walang significant outliers. So pasok. And then si normal distribution, si Shepard-Wilk, yung gamitan natin. For year 1, year 2, year 3, pasok lahat. So lahat ng assumption na check natin. So let's proceed with the interpretation of data. So si person R yung gamitan natin. So si year 1, year 2, and year 2. Okay. And click natin si flag significant correlation so that it would be easy for us to detect. Okay, so as you can see here, this range, since in correlation, there's a range of coefficient for us to determine the strength of the correlation. So may maraming kinds of range na ginagamit, but In this case, yung ginamit natin is the one that we use for discussion. So since 0.9, so that's 0.9, that says that there's a very strong relationship with with one another. So strong yung relationship nila. And then yung p-value naman, it's less than 0.05. So basically, it says that there's a positive relationship among the variables. So that's the person R. And next one is a partial correlation. So si partial correlation is ginagamit natin to if we wanted to know if there's a significant relationship or correlation between two variables, but this time with a covariant. So para pa rin siyang person R, but we are having now a controlling group. So how to navigate it using Jamovi? So in Jamovi, just click analysis and then regression. Then you'll see the partial correlation. So let's have the chemistry and chemistry grade and post-test with a controlling variable of pretest. So before we proceed, let's check first all the assumption. First one is there must be one dependent and one independent variables measured in interval or ratio level. So check. The next one is one or more control group. So it can have at least one or one or more, which is in this one is the pretest. And then the linear relationship. So using scatter plot. So try natin check si scatter on this one. Oh, good one. Okay. So as you can see, no linear relationship yung yung ating mga data, but let's just assume that there is a linear relationship for the sake of illustration. And next one is the no outlier. So balik tayo ulit sa exploration and descriptive. So let's have chemistry grade and post-test. And Shapiro-Wilk and the plots. Okay, so si Shapiro-Wilk dito is pasok. And then si plot naman is, wala masyadong, walang significant outlier din. Except dito, parang medyo. Anyway, so let's just assume that all the assumptions are pasok. So let's try to analyze now the data. So si chemistry grade at si post-test and then si pre-test yung control group. So here, the result says that yung persons R natin, yung value natin is 0.245, so that's weak siya. Then yung p-value is 0.3. So that means that there's no significant relationship between this variable as we have our pretest na controlling group. So wala siyang relationship. So that's it for our partial correlation. And let's proceed to Spearman-Rho. So Spearman-Rho is a non-parametric test. So basically, if yung sa parametric test na na-discuss natin for the previous videos, those are parametric tests and may mga assumption and we need to meet. If may isa man doon na hindi natin ma-meet, so that would be the time that we are gonna resort to using a non-parametric test. And Spearman-Rho is one of this. So this is used for ordinal data if yung data is naka-order or wrong, something ganun. So how are we gonna navigate this test using Jamovi? Just click analysis, regression, and then correlation matrix, and then Spearman. So in this one, let's try to have a chemistry grade and or chemistry grade and year level. So, and before that, of course, may mga assumption pa rin that we need to check. However, tatlo na lang ito. First one is yung variable natin must be measured as ordinal, interval, or ratio level. So, which is grade and year level are the same. I mean, are qualified. The next one is yung variable represents paired observation and there must be a monotonic relationship between two variables, meaning if may yung relationship nila is that if increase yung isang variable, increase yung isa. Something ganon. Now, let's try to assess and interpret the data of this kind of test. So as you can see here, yung chemistry grade and yung year level is that yung Spearman's raw result is 0.468. So that's for our rating. So that's moderate correlation, and then yung p-value naman natin is 0.038, so that's less than the 0.05, so meaning may significant association yung dalawa na moderate lang. So that's it for Spearman raw. Okay, so let's proceed now to chi-square test. So chi-square test is another non-parametric test. So used to when you have two categorical variables. So how to navigate chi-square test in Jamovi. So just click Analysis tab, then Frequencies, and then in Contingency tables, click Independent Sample chi-square test of association. So this one, yung assumption ni chi-square test is dalawa lang since non-parametric man ito. First one is yung variables natin must be measured in nominal or ordinal level. And then second one, there must be two or more categorical groups. So here, let's try to have chemistry, let's have program as a row and then gender. So let's try to check if may kinalaman ba yung gender natin in choosing our program. So here, so in this, you can actually check this one if you need the data, but in this case, since we only need the chi-square test result, so yung value niya is 0.606. So yung p-value is 0.895. So basically, wala siyang significant association. No statistical association yung gender program. Let's try to have naman program gender at saka yung sales. Sorry. Yung rank. So wala pa rin siyang association. So no significant association since mas mataas to kaysa 0.05. So yun ang chi-square test.